Hey YouTube, Savon Draws here, and I'm back with another episode of iPad mobile art news. So today we're going to be going over quite a few things. We're going to be going over some Toonsquid updates, big updates to Canva, the SonarPen 2, and I also have a contest that's going to take place at the end of the video. So I'll be giving away an app. I have 3 codes, so just stay tuned till the end. So we're going to start off straight with what I think is the most exciting for iPad users, which is the SonarPen 2. Now, if you don't know what the SonarPen is, basically the SonarPen is a pressure-sensitive stylus for the iPad that isn't the Apple Pencil. And that's a pretty big deal considering there are only 3 real pressure-sensitive pens for the iPad, and most of them don't work too well. But basically the SonarPen works by connecting through audio. So the first SonarPen, which is something I actually bought, was about a $30 device, and it would connect to the audio jack of your whatever device. It actually worked across a bunch of different devices. It worked across the iPad, Mac, Windows. It could work on your trackpad, so you can draw on your trackpad with a SonarPen. It even worked on the Nintendo Switch. It had a game for Nintendo Switch where you could draw on there. So yeah, it's a very versatile device. But now they're making a second SonarPen specifically for the iPad. So currently, as you guys can see, the SonarPen has been funded through Kickstarter and the campaign has already ended, but it's important to note that you can still buy the SonarPen 2 at a discounted price before it fully comes out. So what's interesting about the SonarPen 2 versus the SonarPen 1 is that they have improved compatibility with apps. SonarPen 1, it definitely did work, but I can tell you for sure on the iPhone and iPad it gave me quite a few issues when it came to connecting, but once it connected, it generally tended to work well. It also is held back by not being supported by that many apps. But as we can see, the Kickstarter says that the developers are in contact with much more popular apps on the iPad store. So hopefully they get support for those apps, which would be Procreate, Clip Studio, Infinite Painter, Duet Display, really big apps. And they already have had support for smaller apps like Medibang, Jump Paint, Space Desk, Ibis Paint, Flip a Clip. There's even more than that, so I'll just display them on the screen. So yeah, that's really cool. Basically, this is going to be a redesigned SonarPen. It's still very affordable, so it should be somewhere in the $40 to $60 range. I believe I kickstarted this one for $35, so I'm looking forward to it. So basically, they've been giving us updates on the Kickstarter, and now they finally greenlit full production, and the developers say it should be coming out around June time. So I'm very excited to see this, especially considering the fact that it has like a Wacom grip with the type of pen. Like the grip looks like a Wacom pen, and those are so much more comfortable for drawing than the Apple Pencil, and that's really the main reason I decided to go ahead and pre-order this. It also has other improvements, like it will now connect through USB-C rather than through an audio jack with a USB-C adapter. It comes with 3 replaceable nibs, and it no longer has an annoying clear disc on the stylus. So the SonarPen 1 had a clear disc, which would really kind of like get in your way. I've never liked those type of styluses too much. They work, but they're just like, it feels so foreign when it comes to drawing. Like it's not a very fun experience. So yeah, guys, just keep looking forward to that. And if you feel like kickstarting, you still can kickstart and get a cheaper price. So go ahead and do that. Now going forward, we have some small updates for Toonsquid, and it's actually been 2 updates since I last updated on the channel. So we've got the small updates of, we now actually have dual brush options on Toonsquid, so we can add a second brush to our brush's shape. and they'll basically combine to create a new type of shape when you're drawing. We also have better support for ABR brushes, which are Photoshop brushes. So now when you import them, they're basically going to translate across Photoshop to Toonsquid better, and the result will look more accurate to how your Photoshop brush looks. Aside from that, we also got a few new default brushes, and what I think is the best of the updates is that now we can directly record our audio into Toonsquid. So if we go to import, we can just directly record our voice, and that would be great for like just creating voiceovers or doing storyboards in Toonsquid. And we can also now just extract our audio directly from our videos when we're importing a video into Toonsquid, so we don't need to go to some type of exporter and make the video go from like MP4 to MP3. We can just directly import to Toonsquid and take the audio out of the track. Next up, we have Canva, which is coming off of the Canva 2025 Create event, which took place last month. And I have to say, I'm really blown away, and Canva has some huge updates coming. Now, because this channel is mainly like art and animation focused, I'm not sure if everyone will be too interested in a lot of these, but I do think they have some really good tools that can help everyone that uses Canva. So first up, we have Canva Visual Suite, which will basically allow you to create different types of media within the same document. So let's say people create Instagram slides on Canva, then they use posters, then they do slide presentations, then you might do like write up on a document. You can do all of those in the same document. You could put a video, anything you want, you could just keep putting them into the same document once Canva updates to Canva Visual Suite 2.0. And then after you're done creating all of these different types of media within the same document, you can just export that document and publish it as a website. So that's very exciting. That's a very exciting prospect, just directly visually creating a website without having to deal with all the work that goes into creating a website the traditional way. Canva also introduced Canva Sheets, which is its version of basically Google Sheets or Microsoft Excel. So this is a very cool application because rather than doing all the writing and everything that goes into those two apps, everything can be created visually in Canva Sheets. You just input your data or whatever text you want to put in, and then you can have different types of charts and bar graphs, all types of things. You can use the data and create visual presentations from them, which is very different from Excel and Sheets because you have to really code functions to make your work look neat. And yeah, I just think in terms of organization, Canva Sheets sounds like something that should be very interesting, so I'm looking forward to it. Additionally, you also have the ability to remove the background from multiple images all at once in Canva Sheets, and you can also translate to multiple languages all at once from all of your different cells in one sheet. Next up, we have Canva AI, which I really hope they use ethically. But Canva AI will be able to basically, the best things about AI, it can power your writing, it can actually create presentations for you, and it can refine whatever you do, and you can create images. And it's basically powering all these other things that Canva is advertising from this event. And finally, then we have Canva Code, which also uses AI, and Canva will basically code things for you based on your specifications, and then it will allow you to clean up the code after it creates it for you, so you won't need to worry as much about knowing coding if you can just specify what you want to code very well to Canva. I don't know how great that will work because I think coding takes actual skill, but it may work for people that are very experienced with what they do. So yeah, as of right now, there's no date on as to when these Canva updates will be coming, but I think they will be coming within the year. So I'm just gonna keep looking forward to that, and I'll update you guys when it's out. Now finally, for our contest giveaway, basically, we have a new app from a YouTuber named The 7 Mirrors. He actually creates a lot of 3D tutorials, and he's released his new app called HueG. And he was nice enough to send 3 codes to the channel. So I'm gonna just put a trailer up, and basically this app is all about minimalism and getting inspired and creating ideas very quickly. So basically the developer described the app to me as something that's limited by design, and the idea is that you're just using essential tools, so you have to truly get creative to create something special. As of right now, you can check tutorials on his channel, and I've used it a little bit. It seems quite interesting. It seems like you can get a lot of ideas out quickly if you know how to maneuver the app. So yeah, the app is actually available for $4 on the App Store, but if you want to enter the giveaway, you can just join my Discord and go to the events channel, and you can just vote on the message related to the giveaway. And in a few days, I'm going to follow up with the codes. Make sure you redeem it within the week, as they may expire quickly. Finally, for the last segment, I'm just gonna show off some work from our Discord community. As you may know, I've opened up a Discord where people can send in their work and get featured on this channel. So if you're a mobile animator or just like an artist, come send your work in and get featured on the channel. Let's get. So first up, we have Shapeshifter versus Cool Man from I Don't Know What. So thanks for sending in. Here we go. And next we have a competition entry from Raccoon. Once again, guys, thanks for sending your work in, and if you've enjoyed this video, please feel free to subscribe, join the Discord, and hit a like in the comments button, and don't forget to turn on your notifications. I'll be back with more mobile art news, more animation work, and more artwork. See you guys soon.